Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast, Totally Not Unbothered. My name's Alyssa. I'm the host of this thing, and I am so happy you're either back joining for episode 4 or clicked on this podcast to kind of see what it's about. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I I'm just so grateful, and that is all. So, as usual, unless you're new here, we're gonna go into the weekly recap. A little fun fact, that southern accent, yeah, I love doing it. I love doing all accents, actually. I'm an accent kind of gal, but I have to be careful with my accents because the southern one, it'll get stuck if I do it too long. Yeah, it actually happened for like a quick like second. It like got stuck and oh my god, that was rough. Yeah. I don't know why it's just that one though. Okay, anyways, sorry. Sidetracked. So, this past week, this past week was honestly really good. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything's plugged in because I just hit my freaking leg earlier and it just like messed up everything. So, sorry about that, guys. It's the ADHD in me. Anyways, so this past week was honestly super chill. I just worked a lot. I had a doctor's appointment, which was super good. And yeah, I also reconnected with somebody from my past. So that's exciting. However, I'm not going to be sharing anymore just because I don't want to yet. So you guys are just going to have to stay tuned to see what happens with that. So yeah. And if they're watching, hey, how are you? That's good. And if they're not, well then that was stupid. But you guys love me. So I love you guys. Anyways, so yeah, as you can see this week has been pretty chill and yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, an amazing week. You guys have made it to Wednesday, so you are oh my god. You guys are halfway through the week. The weekend is almost here. And I hope you guys have done something that has made you happy. If you haven't, why not? Pause this video right now and go do something that makes you happy or write it on your calendar or your planner. Go do something that makes you happy. My little thing of happiness lately has been working out and going to the gym or going on walks. Just moving my body really just gets those endorphins flowing. It puts me in a great mood. And yes, so do something that makes you guys happy. Please. Okay, so that was a quick little recap. Nothing crazy has been going on. Oh, I actually have been watching. I just watched both of the Call Her Daddy episodes with Huda and Amaya. I don't know if you guys are into Love Island, but those episodes are really interesting. I feel like they were good. Like I loved Huda's. Like I feel like I got to know a lot more afterwards. I loved Amaya's too. I'm so happy Amaya and Brian won. Like they so deserved it. Like they so deserved it. If I went on Love Island, would you guys vote for me? Answer in the comments. If you would vote for me to win. And if you wouldn't, then keep that to yourself, please. Yeah. If I went on Love Island, I would let my older sister take over my podcast. Yeah, so hey Samantha, you're in charge of my podcast if I ever go on Love Island. So, yeah. Also, before we get into the episode, can we just give it up for the curls? This is the first time you guys are seeing the curls. The last 3 episodes I have been in slick backs. So, we let the curls out today. That means it's going to be a big episode. I'm so sorry for the yawning. I don't know why I'm being so freaking rude this morning. I mean, why I'm being so rude today. I promise you guys you're not boring. I'm just boring. And I need to hurry up and get into the good stuff before I put myself to sleep. You're putting me asleep, Alyssa. Girl, me too. I forgot that was flavored water. That was a happy surprise. I forgot what I was saying. Okay. I feel like as these episodes progress, they just keep getting more chaotic and more chaotic and more chaotic. Except for last week's episode. So sorry about last week's episode, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a bit boring. It bored me making it. And so if you watched it, I love you so much, and you truly are a fan and a big supporter. And the day when Totally Not Unbothered is super successful and I have merch, I'll make sure to send you some free merch because you really did the thing. So thank you guys. But I just feel like that's how podcasts are, especially one that is growing and one that is just starting out. Not every episode is going to be great. Not every episode is going to be interesting. Some of them might be boring as hell. All of them are going to have a long ass intro because I like to yap. And if you don't like listening to me yap, then I don't know what you're doing here, honestly. But yeah. So that was a whole little like yapper session, real quick. None of it that involved anything. Literally, like, I don't know what the point of any of that was. Oh, I also went grocery shopping yesterday. No, this is coming out Wednesday. I went grocery shopping Sunday, and I posted on my Instagram that the bagger forgot to give me a bag, and so I was so stressed that the lady wasn't gonna let me get my groceries because it was a strawberry and a raspberry preserve and queso. But don't fret, guys, I got the goods. They're currently in my fridge, so I can't wait to use the raspberry preserve tomorrow. I'm so excited for that. So yeah, but okay. Anyways, I just yapped a whole bunch of nonsense. You guys are welcome. It's what I do. It's what you're here for. So yeah, but without further ado, we're going to jump into episode 4. And this week, we are diving into the question, why are we impressing everyone but ourselves? Before we continue, I just want you guys to take a minute, pause the video, and give me your best answer in the comments or in my DMs or text me and whatever, or call me and tell me, why do we impress everybody but ourselves? Okay. Okay. Now that you guys have hopefully answered that, let's break it down, okay? So, the pressure to impress everybody but ourselves can come from a lot. So, but before I go into that, the reason I'm bringing this topic up is truly because it just came out of nowhere and I was like, this is a great topic. This is something that people can truly relate to. It's something that needs to be talked about and needs to be put to an end. So many of us, especially people in our 20s or high school students, especially I feel like younger people, young adults, are constantly chasing these feelings of validation. We are constantly wanting to be validated from social media, from school, from dating, from friends, even from family sometimes. But in chasing this validation, we often end up losing who we are as well. Chasing this validation can look like changing the way you act to fit in, changing the way you look to fit in, changing how you talk to fit in. Um, like an example is like if you're like a southern, like if you're have like a southern accent, but you move someplace where they kind of like look down on accents, you're gonna try your hardest to hide how you normally speak or your accent. Or if your native language isn't English, you're going to try and perfect English so people don't look at you differently or people don't judge you differently or like treat you any differently, and doing those little things that you may not think about it, but you're trying to impress other people. When you change how you look, change how you speak, change how you act, all to benefit somebody else, you're trying to impress other people. I mean, okay. For me personally, let's go down Alyssa's memory lane and get embarrassed about my past mistakes and my past experiences. There are 2 key moments that I feel I really truly changed who I was. The first one, when it came to high school, I so badly wanted to be popular. And if you know me, you've known me since high school, you're like Alyssa girl, but a lot of people knew who you were. I mean, well, one, I was class president, so I'd hope they knew who I was. But I wanted the type of popularity like in my school. The football players and the cheerleaders were very popular, as in most schools. Um, and that was the popularity I wanted. I wanted to be in that crowd, mixing it up with them. Okay? That's what I wanted. Did I get that? No. Did I know some of them? Yes. But was I ever feeling like in the it crowd? No. But I did love my friends in high school. They were amazing. Um, my crowd, I did play basketball. I did play basketball a little bit in high school, and the basketball girls were also pretty well known, I would say. Well, actually, no, they were. Um, yeah, so that was kind of the people that I hung out with. But I kind of noticed that some of the characters within the basketball program, um, one, they were drop dead gorgeous. Oh my God, they were so beautiful and they were so perfect and they had no blemishes and their skin always looked good and they wore makeup and their outfits were always so cute and they were just like, oh my God, like I'm obsessed with you. But eventually, okay, eventually you kind of feel like when you know you're the odd one out, you can eventually feel it, you know? If any of you guys have watched the movie Duff, Dumb Ugly Fat Friend, that's how I felt in high school. I felt like I was the Duff. Yeah. My friends were so pretty and so gorgina that I honestly didn't feel like I fit in with them. So of course, I wanted to do my best to impress them, to impress the bystanders and the people looking at this friendship and this group to kind of like feel more involved. I want to preface that my friends never made me feel less than. They never made me feel like I wasn't good enough. They never made me feel like I was ugly or I was stupid or the duff. They never did. They were amazing people. This was my own eyes. This was my own self. This was I wasn't secure with who I was as a person. So I felt like I needed to impress these girls and impress the people who were looking at us to fit in with them. But they loved me exactly like they loved me for exactly how I was. So I would I would start changing my outfits a little bit. I wouldn't wear makeup, but I definitely knew that like, oh, makeup made you prettier, and I started to have that idea about it, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. But one thing that I absolutely hated that I did was, and I can't believe I'm about to admit this, but in order to fit in with other people, I started to change who I was, not just looks wise, but change my values and changed how I was with other people. I became a very fake person. I talked behind people's backs. I was snarky and I made rude comments and I was a bitch. Yeah. If I felt a way about a friend, I would talk about them behind another person's back, behind their back to another person. I mean, who does that? You don't do that if they're your friend. You don't. But I did. Yeah. And I had consequences for it. I lost great friends because of it. But there's truly nobody to blame but myself. I was hanging out with these people who created this toxic version of myself, and I changed. And I'm not blaming it on them, not completely. But let's be real, they were pretty fake too. They were. In high school, nobody's the real. Nobody is that real, honestly. Everybody is fucking fake in high school. And I was mean. I would laugh at things that weren't that funny. I would indulge rude comments about other people. I wouldn't stand up for anybody if I heard somebody being talked down upon. I didn't have a voice. I let my voice get silent. I let my morals disappear. I let what I valued disappear. I didn't like who I was. I hated who I was. I wasn't Alyssa. I was this shell of myself. I was somebody who was mean and snarky and rude and this had this ugly personality. I thought my personality was so ugly. When I finally realized what I had been doing and who I was becoming and who I was acting like, I hated myself. I hated it. And now I'm not saying I was like a mean girl. I wasn't like a world class like mean girl because I wouldn't say like there wasn't really. I mean like for me, to me there wasn't anything like that and I wasn't like, "Oh my god, like she's so ugly and her outfits are so stupid." And I wasn't a bully. I wasn't bullying other people. I want to make that clear. I don't condone bullying. I love bowling. I don't condone bullying. Okay? And if I did ever treat somebody badly or was ever mean to them, rude to them, fake towards them, I am so sorry. I am truly so sorry for my past actions, and I have learned. I have learned from that, and I am better, and I am not that girl anymore. And I wish I could shake freaking 16-year-old Alyssa and be like, "What the F are you doing? Be nice. Why are you acting like this? This isn't who you are." I wish I could go back and do that, but guess what? I can't. I can only sit with the fact that I did what I did. And that hurts. That hurts because if you guys watched episode 2, we clearly know the impact bullying had on me, the impact bullying had on my confidence. And maybe that all plays a part in itself, I had such a lack of confidence that I didn't feel confident in who I was, and I felt like I needed to fit in. And the only way to fit in was to impress other people. And so maybe it's just this whole big cycle. But I'm also just to blame, so that's in no way diminishing my accountability or diminishing the fact that who I was. You know? I wasn't the best person. I wasn't the nicest person. But I can be honest about that. Because as I told you guys, I'm going to call myself out every single fucking time. I'm going to keep it real with you guys every time. I'm not going to just I'm not going to paint me in a picture and a light that makes me look so perfect and so wonderful and heaven sent and an angel walking among you guys. I'm not going to do that because that's not real. I was not a good person at one point, and I was a fake friend. I also don't condone being fake to other people, but guess what? I was. Yeah. And I hurt a lot of people's feelings. I destroyed a lot of relationships, and I can't take that back. But I will always 100% hold myself accountable and keep it real with you guys. Because I'm not this perfect person, and you guys need to know that. Is that the reason I'm sitting here doing this and talking to you about this is because I have been there and I understand. It's not because I don't get it, it's because I do get it. It's because there was one point in my life where I wanted to impress everybody so freaking badly that I was willing to sacrifice who I was. And that's not okay. And I know I'm not alone. That's the thing. I know I'm not alone when I do that. I have a little sister. I have two little sisters, actually. And the last thing I would want from either of them, is to ever feel like they have to sacrifice who they are to fit in or to impress other people. I don't want them to have to change their values and change who they are so they can feel good enough. so they can have other people look at them in a certain light. Because who gives a shit? Who cares how people look at you? And we're going to get into that. So before I jump ahead, I did so many things to look good. I told you in episode 2 I started parting my hair differently because my friend told me it looked good. One of the absolutely drop dead gorgeous girls told me it looked better that way. I so badly wanted to wear makeup. I didn't because I didn't know how to do it then, but I wanted to because everybody else was. I tried to put more effort into outfits. I didn't care how my outfits looked. I was content wearing a t-shirt and jeans every day. I put effort into my outfit so other people would notice me and see me. I wanted to impress girls, to be seen as cool, to be seen as, ooh, I want to be her friend. Like, I want to like talk to her. Like, she seems like a cool girl. And I wanted to impress guys. God, high school me was such a little butt. She wanted to impress guys so damn bad. She wanted guys to come up to her and be like, oh my God, you're so hot and you're so pretty and I'd love to have your number. Like, maybe we can go get McDonald's ice cream. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's what she wanted. That little butt. Butt face. That is what I wanted. Like, that is what I wanted so badly. I wanted guys to be like, can I have your Snapchat, please? Yeah. Like, oh my God, those, looking back at it, half the guys were ugly. Ugh. The things we do. But I digress. Eventually, I started picking up beliefs also. Beliefs that were not mine to be picked up. The idea that the only way I was pretty was if I had a full face of makeup on. Society tells us that. Guys tell us that. Even friends say that sometimes. You look so much better with your makeup on. Oh my God, you look so pretty with makeup. Do I not look pretty without it? That's why I told you guys, episode 1, I'm never going to come on here with a full face of makeup if I don't want to. Maybe some days I will and maybe I won't. And I haven't yet. I did do my like concealer today, I'll be honest with you, and mascara. But that's because I wanted to. Damn, not because I was filming this. I don't care how you guys see me. Next episode, I'm going to throw my bonnet on. And we're going to do it with a bonnet on my head. How about that? Drop in the comments if you want an episode with the bonnet on. Because I will gladly do it. I'll do it for y'all. I'll do it for me. Because guess what? I don't care. I don't care that that's going to be on the internet for the rest of my life. Don't care. Why? Because I just need to impress myself. I also got this idea that I was only as cute as my cutest outfit. And my cutest outfit wasn't that cute. So maybe I wasn't that cute. Wrong. Wrong. Bitch. Sorry. Sometimes I have cousins who watch this and they're younger than me. And I don't want them to pick up on swear words. Sorry, guys. Clearly, those ideas were wrong. But now you understand that these beliefs are strong. The pressure is strong. But eventually, there was a turning point. Eventually, I woke up and I decided that I wanted to choose myself. I said, Alyssa Marie Colwell, you are amazing and you are perfect just the way you are. What changed? It was remembering how it felt to be on the receiving end of that fake energy, of those fake people, of those fake friends. It sucks. It's not a good feeling to be looked at with snarky eyes or like side eyes and like then like whisper to your girls like and then you laugh with each other and then you look back and then you talk again. It's not fun. It's not. I also realized that being kind is way more impactful than being cool. Being kind to others, that's what people remember. People remember the girl who shared their lunch with the kid who didn't have much to eat. They remember the girl who would give them a pencil every day because they would forget theirs. And then one day said, just keep it. I've got plenty. They remember the person who let them borrow their car because they needed it. Or they needed a car and they couldn't afford one at the time. They remember that. Nobody remembers the cool outfits or the cool makeup. Nobody. Eventually the cool phase or the cool kids, it dies out. It does. And what do you have left over? Not much, except probably the fact that you're not the nicest person. It also took me asking myself, who did I want to be when nobody was watching me? If it was just me by myself alone, who did I want to be? I wanted to be kind. I wanted to be helpful. I wanted to be honest. I wanted to be selfless. I wanted to be the person somebody could turn to at 2 in the morning when life feels like it's hitting the fan and you are spiraling and you need a friend to talk to. I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be the person somebody could trust to hold their secrets. I want to be the person that they know they can come to and they won't judge you. They might have an opinion on it, and boy, do I have opinions on everything everybody tells me. But I don't judge you. And a lot of my friends can contest to that. Is I may not agree with everything you do, but I will not judge you. That's who I wanted to be when nobody was watching. So my next question was, well, why aren't I? Why can't I become that person? So I did. I became that person. I rooted myself in my values. I really prioritized what I valued. And I chose that every single time. I've continued to choose that every single time. Do some habits die hard? Yes, they do. Being fake and talking behind people's back dies hard. But I've gotten a lot better. I have. Do I stick up for the little people more? Hell yeah. I don't let people talk about somebody. I don't let people make mean comments about someone else. I learned that being the truest version of myself is more important than anything else. Being true to who I am is worth way more than acknowledgement or being noticed by people or impressing others. I don't care about that anymore. I don't. If I impress you, I impress you. If I don't, I don't. Oh well. As long as I impress myself, then who gives a shit? I'm not looking to impress anybody but myself. And if I go throughout the whole day and I can look at myself and say, you know what, Alyssa, you've accomplished that, then that's a win. That is a win for me. But most importantly, I've been learning that kindness is my non negotiable. I'm learning to choose kindness every single time. And like I said, it's a process, but I've gotten better. It's something that I expect from others to be kind. I promote it with other people. I call people out when they're not being kind, and people can also contest to that. That's the expectations I have now. And if you don't meet them, then you can get lost because I don't need people who are rude or ugly or have a nasty heart to be in my presence. because I am not, my energy does not deserve you. No, your energy does not deserve me. Sorry, that was bad. Okay. So we're getting to the end of the podcast episode. And there were a few questions that I wanted to ask you guys and that I've also answered. Feel free to write them in a journal, put them in your notes, put them in the comments, whatever you want to do. But I hope you answer them. It's only 3, I promise. What would it look like to live just for yourself? For me, I'd be happier. I'd feel more free being who I am. I wouldn't have to worry about judgment or about being authentic or being fake. I'd be my best version of me. I lied. It's actually only 2 questions. The second one, when it comes to living for you or living to not impress others, what are you still working on? For me, I'm still working on having the courage to speak up. It's getting easier, but sometimes I still do fall into the background a little bit. And it's continuously trusting that my most authentic self is worthy. And I hope you guys answer those 2 questions because I'd love to read what you put in the comments. But if not, I hope you just think about that to yourself then. Okay. And something I have been reminding myself through the journey of not impressing others and impressing myself is the people for me are going to want me exactly as I am. They're not going to want a changed version, an altered version of who I am. They are going to want me for me, and if they don't, then they can get lost. And I do not, under any freaking circumstances, have to change in order to be enough. The people that are meant for you will want you. They will not expect you to change. They will not expect you to alter who you are. They will want you exactly how you come. And if they expect you to change or they want you a different way, then guess what? Those are not your people. Simple as that, babe. Those are not your people. So, with that being said, I have 3 takeaways for you. Just 3. 1, you don't need to audition for anyone's approval. You don't. Moms, dads, sisters, brothers, girlfriends, boyfriends, theys, thems, friends, whoever. You do not need to audition for anybody's approval. Not even your own, actually. You do not need to fake a version of you. You don't. Takeaway number 2. This one hits heavy. You, viewer, listener, whoever, are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow, and you are allowed to be yourself. Let's say that again. You are allowed to change, you are allowed to grow, and you are allowed to be yourself. We just needed some silence after that one because, yeah. And my final takeaway, the most powerful thing about you is your authenticity. As I said in episode 2, and God, it must just be important because I keep saying it. There is only one you, and this whole freaking planet, out of 8 billion people, you are the only one. So you might as well be as authentic as you possibly can be. because that is your superpower. So use it. Use that power. Please. Please. Because why not? Why wouldn't you? The people who are meant to you, who are meant for you, will find you. The ones who are not can leave. You just need to be happy with who you are and who you want to be. Do not sacrifice yourself. Do not sacrifice your values for other people. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they want? That's them. That is not you. You are amazing and you are kind and you use kind and you is pretty and you is smart. The help. You are amazing. The version of you that is truest to yourself. Not the fake one, not the one you bring out for friends or for other people. No, that version can go to the garbage and never come back, can get thrown away, tossed out like the trash it is. No offense. I don't want that version. You don't want that version. So why are we showing that version to people? You are not for everyone. Actually, not everyone's for you. Not everyone is for you. And that's fine. That's fine. So remember that. So I hope you guys really, truly take that away from this episode. And then again, I have one more engagement prompt for you. Whether you want to DM me, comment, or just reflect on your own, I want you to answer this question. What is one thing that you've done recently that has impressed you? And I'll share mine. So, for me, I made a friend. I made a friend. I was weird and I was funny and I was my chaotic self and I made a friend. And that impressed me because I have a hard time making friends. They like me for me. Exactly my crazy, accenty, not ignorant, annoying, obnoxious self. And we're going bowling today. So, it's going to be fun. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking through this one with me. I know it was a lot and it was long, but I love you guys. And I'm so grateful to have you guys here in my life. You guys mean the absolute world to me. As always, your comments, your reviews, your likes, your subscribes mean the absolute world to me. I look at everything. I look at everything. If you DM me, if you message me, whatever, I look at it and I see it. So please, I appreciate all the feedback with this podcast, still so new. If you could take 15, 20 seconds to just leave a comment, leave a review, give me some feedback on this, that would be the most beneficial. And if you don't follow Totally Not Unbothered, please follow me at Totally Not Unbothered on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. I don't have a Facebook, but please, I do a little bit more stuff on my on the Instagram at Totally Not Unbothered. So if you want to give that a follow, that would be super beneficial. But that is all. Or if you just want to follow my personal at Alyssa Marie, just to see who I am, you can do that as well. Or my TikTok, at Alyssa Colwell, I think. I'm not sure about that one, not gonna lie. You can. But yeah, I'm done like plugging myself. Yeah. Thank you for being a part of this journey as always. I love you. Have a great day. Get some rest. Go drink your water. And as always, do something that makes you happy. And I will catch you in the next one. Later, skaters. Bye.